most people will tell you they were good at math up until about fifth, sixth grade. And that's what happened with me. And there were times as I'm learning it when we say either it's right or it's wrong, use the formula. I'm like, something just didn't sit right well with me on that either it's this or it's that.
Exactly.
But the longer I started teaching, and then the more that I started seeing the nuances of these patterns, the math notwithstanding, the all the ways that you can interpret the number line, sure. But when I started seeing the pressure people were putting on themselves to learn it, that's the block. That's one block right there.
It's a wall. It's a wall.
Right, and we've compounded it so much in this culture. I think that we've made people run away from it, or they think that they're not good at math, and they actually are. And so that's, I think, what has made me a effective teacher and tutor, is because I ask certain questions. I'll be like, no, you are good at math. You just think of it this way. And then when I shift their perspective, they fly on their own.
Yeah. Because I mean, based on what you're saying, the rules of math are universal. They're universal regardless what system you're in. So it kind of makes sense, because I think of myself as a child, right? As a little boy, even when I didn't take any math classes, no algebra, no calculus, I was still interested in the abstract nature of math. I was still interested in shapes. I like to build toys. I like ratios. And I have a feeling, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I have a feeling that young children have a more intuitive understanding of math than adults.
Well, if you think about it, math is almost one of the first things you learn besides speaking, counting, knowing.
Your mom, your dad are the first two people you see, so that's already math right there.
Right, your fingers. If I want one, I want another one.
Exactly.
And that's already a very just minute part of it. But adding and subtracting, we see that all the time. And most kids, when you teach even fractions are technically kind of a weird thing, right? But they're all forms of division. So we slices of pizza, anything that we see that divides up, breaks up, it's very intuitive, and we see it by the time you're 8 years old. You've seen it.
Yeah, the minimalist, simplistic perspective seems to be more universal than the more constrained, like academic perspective, where they break really fundamental laws into like too many categories, algebra, geometry, all this stuff. Like, no, we don't have to go that deep. We can study math fundamentally, like you're saying, fundamentally as growth and compression, in a way, like,
bro, like, if you the hardest it gets really is with algebra, that undefined thing. Once I get kids' minds wrapped around that, which we all do, we're all asking ourselves, I got $10, how much money can I spend and still have this left over? Or how can I do this and get this from this? We do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so once you frame it in a way that people can relate to, that they know that they do, then the process, you just run it through a process. And I break it down in that simpler way because why not? You know what I'm saying?
It's easy to comprehend that way and digest. So there's no need to make it complex.
It's easier that way. And also, if we need math to get more problems solved, it's not going to do any good by overcomplicating, giving people the tools and how to use it. That's there's no use in that. But I think math has definitely turned into one of those things where, again, where people are placed, what grades they get, what jobs they get, their
funding, their research,
their funding, right? We've turned it into just for people to learn it. We've turned it into a sink or swim type deal. Either you get it or you don't, right? Yeah. That's the duality that we give people, is either they perform or they don't. Not that the math will perform for them. Very simply, as long as you just understand the process. So
Yeah.
no, I don't think that it needs to be that complicated. And teachers would do better to find easier ways, more efficient ways to explain stuff.